Okay, exactly 1 year ago today, my first guest shocked the world when he announced that he was going to run for governor of California. Since then, he's become one of the most popular figures in the Republican Party. He's also on the cover of the current issue right here of Fortune magazine. Oh, yeah, there you go, right there. Please welcome Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
I've been working on my impression of you.
Man, this is the worst impression I've ever heard. What's the matter with you?
And things such as that, you say it is so bad.
You see how bad this is? Do I talk like that?
You talk exactly like that.
No. I'm going to reinstate the car tax for you.
Really? Really?
Exactly.
All right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Now, this went, does it seem like a year to you?
No, I mean, it's really wild if you think about it, that 1 year ago I announced my candidacy here. I mean, this year went by so fast. First, the 2 months of campaigning.
Right.
Which I had a terrific time during that period.
Right.
It was really wild. And then, you know, being up there in Sacramento and taking care of the problems one after the next. So it's really been an interesting year. I think it's pretty much the best year I've ever had in my entire life.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
well,
absolutely. I have to say,
Now, you've been having a good summer? What have you been doing? You get a chance to relax a little bit? I know you're in Hawaii. Now, tell me about the kid that you saved. Because that was in the story for in the news for 1 day. But what happened there?
Well, first of all, my summer was really terrific.
Okay.
You're absolutely right, because I did all the things that everyone else does. I played with my kids.
Right.
I saved the guy's life in Maui.
Right.
And then I saved the state budget.
And saved the state budget, too.
I just did ordinary things as everyone else does.
Yes, everyone does that.
But the guy in Maui, I was out in the ocean swimming, and all of a sudden I saw this guy, you know, struggling, and I knew he was in trouble. So I just told him to hold onto the surfboard that he had with him, and then I pulled him in, because, I mean, he would have been out there wiping out, that's for sure.
I mean, was he surprised that, I mean, it's Conan the Barbarian. It's Arnold. I mean, it's bad enough you're drowning and then you get a little dizzy, and I could have sworn the Terminator pulled me to shore. Was he surprised? I mean,
he was surprised. Yeah. I mean, later on he came and he wanted to take pictures with me and all that stuff. He realized, I think he was really struggling.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in serious trouble. And I think that he realized, and later on when we were on the beach and I set him down on the beach and told him to relax for half an hour, I think that he started then realizing who helped him in.
Right.
And then he brought his family back instead of taking pictures.
That's great.
You know, it became the tourist attraction.
Well, that's very good. That's cool. Now, how are your kids? How are they doing? What are they up to?
Well, they're having a great time. You know, they're doing all kinds of things, going to camp, and coming up this whole week to spend up in Sacramento, spend time with me up there. And Maria is up there working very hard and doing a show right now for Travel Channel about California to promote, because our whole campaign is about promoting California. I was yesterday or 2 days ago in Vegas promoting and inviting all the companies to come back to California and bringing jobs back and all that. So that's what we do, promote.
Do you find, since you've been governor, more people are saying California?
Well, that's the right way to pronounce it. Yeah.
Have you ever tried it the other way? Have you ever tried the other way? Have you ever tried the other way? No, but I just said. Have you ever tried the other way? Can you say
California?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yes.
See, I don't think you're Austrian at all. I think you're from Fresno, and this whole Austrian thing is phony.
You're absolutely right. I've worked very hard to keep a little bit of that accent.
Right.
Because people think it sounds cool, and so I keep that. And I mean, it's all an act.
And you just had a birthday. Happy birthday. You're
Thank you.
72?
No. Wait a minute.
57?
It was 57, exactly. But we don't even have to talk about that.
No, you're 57, and, you know, 57 is good, and for a man your age to be so active, it's amazing. No,
exactly.
let me. So what did you do?
We had a great party. Maria organized the party, as she always does every year, and spent the time with my family, friends. Yeah. Even her uncle Teddy Kennedy came out.
Ted Kennedy came out for the party?
No, not for me, but he likes cake.
He loves cake.
He loves the cake, so he just came for the cake. he trimmed down. Did you see how lean he was at the convention?
He did look good.
He's down to size 42 now.
42?
I mean, hat size. But
hat size.
Exactly. But it's really good. Good shape. Very good. Thank you.
And congratulations. Now, this is quite an honor. You're on the Austrian postage stamp. Now, that's pretty good, because in America, you can't be on a stamp until you're dead, right? But obviously, Austria...
That's right, yeah. I think that's a great honor, and I think it's like it's part of a whole collection series of Austrian-born bodybuilders that become governor.
Oh,
so it's like, I think it's like a whole series. This is the first one.
Well, we have some here. There we go. Take a look. There they are right there. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. You see, that's pretty good. Now I can say I licked Arnold.
Exactly. There you are.
It was pretty good.
You sure did.
Well, very good. Okay, will these work in the United States if I mail a letter?
Well, anything you do will work. Trust me.
Yeah,
exactly. So you can use it.
No, you look good. You look good. Now, let me ask you about the snack mix thing. Someone sent me this. This is Arnold's, what is it, governor of the state of California.
That's our snack up in Sacramento, because everyone eats pizza and all the fattening foods, donuts.
And they're delicious, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. But I mean, this is really healthy. So the idea is to have a healthy food when people work, and you know, so they can eat something healthy. But it's also, I think it sells the idea of that we have more nuts than Washington, D.C. So
really?
I mean, that's kind of the theme.
Really? More nuts than Washington? Well, you know, when we come back, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the name calling, the girly man. We'll find out exactly what happened there. All right, more with Arnold right after this. I'll try some of these. Is that good? State budget passed. That was
thank you very much. Yeah. Well, it was a lot of fighting there in the beginning.
It's very contentious.
It was very, very tough. I mean, but I mean, you know, I knew it was doable, that we could, you know, be successful. But it was first a lot of fighting, and then in the end, it was terrific, because then everyone did come to the table in a bipartisan way, and we solved the problems. Right. And now it's, of course, very popular. I mean, 60% of the Democrats have approved of it, 70% of the Republicans, and 100% of the girly men.
So really? Now you see. Let me ask you about that. Okay.
Everyone is on board now.
I'm just amazed that you know, political things get said every day. No one reacts to it. You know, Teresa Hines says, "Shove it," and it's a huge story. And you said, "The girly man," whatever it was like that. Now, what was the?
You got to do the accent better.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised by the reaction that got?
Yeah, I was surprised about it, because, you know, people are so serious, especially in the political arena. Everything is interpreted. It was you know, attacking gay people and lesbians and all this stuff. I mean, I didn't even think about that. It was a joke.
Right.
It was a joke. I mean, you know, people call me girly man when I sit at the hairdressing salon and get my hair, you know, blown or my fingernails polished or something. Right. You come in and say, "Hey, you girly man." I say, you know, who cares? Right. But I mean, they felt sensitive. I think maybe the truth hurts. I don't know what to say.
But I want to go back. Now, you get your fingernails polished?
Every so often, yes.
Can you go like that for me? Oh,
they're not polished now.
Oh, no. Okay.
I haven't had time lately.
Oh, okay. Been very busy.
I'm sitting up here in Sacramento the 12th at midnight negotiating the budget and other issues, so I don't have that much time.
Eating this crappy trail mix. Yeah. So you take away the pizza and the chicken wings, they come to the table right away.
Well, this is good stuff.
Yeah. Now, what are the goals for 2004? What do you see? You got the budget. Now what happens?
Well, the most important thing is that when I went in there, you know, a year ago, if you think about it, we were, the economy was in a terrible shape in California, and people were losing jobs left and right. Companies were moving out of the state. And now we turned the whole thing around again. The mood is better. We are stripping away all the obstacles that businesses have in California. Companies are coming back. They're expanding in California. They're creating jobs. The last 2 months, we created 45,000 new jobs here. We solved the budget problem and all. So it's really going well.
Well, let me ask you about this thing I read. I read in the paper today, you want to make the California legislature a part-time job?
Well, why?
No, what is that? Tell me about that.
Well, no, it's just something that I mentioned. It's just an idea.
Oh, an idea. Well, how would that? Well, tell me about that.
Not to be taken too seriously.
Oh, they come in like 2 days a week, and they just.
Yeah, they come in part-time, and because the idea is, you know, there's a lot of times not that much gets done up there. So that's, but I mean, it's an issue that I will address later on.
Oh, okay.
You know, right now we have just handed in the performance review.
Right.
You know, in order to restructure and redo the government, make it more efficient and make it a better servant to the people. That's what we try to accomplish.
So will you run again? Because it's not that far away. I mean, the term is, it's next year almost, isn't it?
A year from now, we celebrate the 2-year anniversary. I come back and then make the announcement. How about that?
That would be good. That would be good. That would be, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that. That is a political campaign promise.
That's a campaign
now you're going to the... You're going to be one of the featured speakers at the Republican convention.
Yes.
And it's like you, McCain, Giuliani. It seems like the more moderate, I don't know if liberal is the word, but certainly more moderate Republicans seem to be taking center stage. Is that true? Would you say
Well,
that?
I think that's where the action is, I think, is in the center.
Right.
And the key thing is that we bring the party to the center, number one. That doesn't mean that people that are on the right shouldn't be heard, because that's what makes the party really interesting. They have people all the way from the left to the right. But I think that this year they're focusing on the center, because this is where you get accomplished the most, I think. I think on the end, the most you get accomplished really when you bring the Democrats and the Republicans together. Because the problems that we have in this country or in this state, one party or the other cannot solve it. You only can solve the problems together. And this is what I'm trying to do here in California. And I hope this is what will happen nationwide, that both parties come together and work for the better of the country rather than always pickering and having all these fights.
Now, will Maria go with you to the Republican convention?
Oh, absolutely.
Has she ever been to a Republican convention?
Yes, as a matter of fact, she covered it 4 times as a journalist.
Well, of course.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
Right.
Except maybe this time she will be the first time when she will be booing or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
Really?
No.
Really?
Just joking. I can imagine her being there and just hiding her face. Now, she's going to come and support me.
When Bush comes to California, will you campaign for him or with him?
Well, bring him right here to the Tonight Show. How about that?
Sure, bring him here.
You
sure,
like
that'd
that?
be fine.
Yeah, we bring him right here.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Campaign right here.
Yes.
Now, I've never seen a race this close. Because, you know, usually the last couple of nights, they'll say, how many for Bush, how many for Kerry? I mean, it's right down the center. You know, in 2000 and 96, it was always one way or the other. Every night, it's right down the center.
It's right down to the center. It's like really half of the people are for Kerry and half of the people are for Bush. I mean, it's pretty much like in my house.
You got
it's the same thing.
Same thing. You got a prediction on what's going to happen?
I think that President Bush is going to win.
You think so?
Yeah, well, I'm absolutely convinced.
You see what you see? Now, I mean, it's amazing, because a lot of times when I do the monologue, I'll see some audience people like this, the Kerry people, you do a Kerry joke, and then you do a Bush joke, they fall out of the chair, and I go, it's not that funny.
That's right.
And vice versa. It's amazing. And it seems like this is going to be the nastiest.
Well, it is, and it's very divisive, those campaigns, and it's really sad in a way, because I think during a year like that, when you have to campaign, nothing much gets done.
Right.
I mean, in the end, because it just really like paralyzes the whole thing, the whole country, and everyone is just, you know, waiting what's going to happen in November. And I think that the country suffers because of it, rather than bringing people together and, you know, being more civil about those campaigns and what they say about each other and all that. So
now I know you've got to go. And do you know the Wild Boys? Your wife Maria, you know, she's a huge fan of the Wild Boys.
We all are, because my family, we all watch them together on television. It's very funny. The kids love them, and we all get very much entertained. They're terrific.
All right, listen, I'll let you go. Congratulations on a great year. Thank you, Governor. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're right back with Steve-O and Chris Pontius right after this. Thank you, boss.